Hello friends, once again welcome to bisptrainings.com. My name is Amit and in today's session I'm going to demonstrate you how to add metadata in IPM planning using Smartview. Most of you are already familiar with loading metadata using outline loader utility or maybe FDME, ODI or EPMA. Uh, the purpose of giving metadata load features from a Smartview to facilitate your end users so that they can modify the metadata on their own without falling into complicated technicality. Okay. So business user, if they like to use members, they can add member on their own, right? Outloader utility and all are little more technical. So let's see how it is done. In order to use SmartView, in order to modify metadata through SmartView, you need to download planning admin client and install it. You can find the planning admin client under tools, install planning admin client. When you click on this, it gets downloaded into your system, which I already did it over here, planning admin client. When you invoke this, install this executable, you can see planning admin clients are available over here. You can see the same thing under Excel options, add-ins. You see there are two add-ins, Smartview for Office. This is one for ribbon bar and one for menu. Okay. So once you connect this, next step you connect to a planning server. You can use a shared connection and private connection, pass a credential, and you see you have got three products to be connected as space, HFM and planning. In my example, I connect to planning. And what thing you find over here, you find a new folder called dimension, which you generally don't find it without installing the planning admin client. You find a dimension called folder called dimension. So first step, I'm going to add a new member under my scenario dimension. Right click, click on edit dimension option, and you see all dimension members are visible over here. Scenario dimension members are visible along with the properties, consolidation property, storage property, two pass calculation, alias and all. Okay. In order to add a new member, it's pretty straightforward. Wherever you like to add a member, okay, type the member name over here. I'm going to create a new member called revise budget. Or one simple way, I can simple copy existing member, paste over here and change the required properties. So I just change the name first, the revised budget. Second, you can specify the parent name of this member, parent name, and consolidation property, storage property, default storage property for plant 1, 2, 3, data type, currency, 2 pass calculation, smart view, start year, end year, start period, end period, okay, and other properties. So I'll go by default and just add a member over here. Okay. Once you add the member, you can directly submit. There's an option called submit data. So you first refresh it. When you refresh your member, you see an interesting thing over here. An asterisk mark appear along with the new member, which demonstrates a new member has been added. Though you can modify the asterisk mark with your custom defined symbol. Okay, I'm going to show you next. So once you added this, refresh, then submit it. The moment you submit, the member get added to your planning application. You can log into planning application, go to dimension and administration, manage dimension, and you open the scenario dimension and you see you got a revised budget member added just now, isn't it? Once you add the member, you need to refresh database. You can right click and refresh from here. In addition to this, you can refresh your database directly from planning interface as well. The conventional method, you go to manage administration, manage database, uh, application database, and refresh database. You can use any one of this option. Either you can refresh from remaining Excel or you can refresh from here. The moment I refresh my database, you can see the newly created members are visible over here. Under my vision application, we'll open plant type 1. Under scenario, the revised budget is visible over here. So you see how easy it is to add new member, right? In addition to adding new member, you can also modify the properties as well. For example, right now the Uh, the storage property is never share. I like to make it never share to store type, right? For plant 1, plant 2, plant 3, right? Once I modify the property, I refresh it. Sorry, I need to load it first, and then because I modify it, I can submit it directly, and then submit, right? The storage property got change. After submit, you can right click and refresh your database. So right now, the member property storage property is never share. After I refresh, it turns out to be stored. I refresh and you see it is got stored. Finish. Um, Check in your space outline and you see my scenario dimension got revised plan got stored, isn't it? You can see the same option under your administration dimension, manage dimension, scenario dimension, and member name is revised budget. Okay, this is how you can add new member and modify the member. So far I did not find any option to delete member. It means if you delete the member from Excel smart list and refresh it, it doesn't delete the member like this. Okay, maybe in my next post I'm going to show you the same. In addition to this, you can also change the parent name as well. In order to change the parent name, just type a new parent, and similarly you can refresh, submit, and submit, refresh, and refresh your database. Okay. Now it is also important for you to look at this one more properties. There are two kind of submits you have as per Oracle documentation: uh, dimension editor mode and submit without refresh mode. Okay, submit without refresh mode, dimension editor mode require your user to perform a refresh. You need to manually refresh your database each time you add a member, but usually it is a faster in performance, and you can use this option. This is default option. Okay, so you can modify this option as well. This is option called a Smartview dimension editor parity mode, which is set to true. Okay. So if the value is changed to true, it will turn out to be default is false. If you make it true, it becomes a submit without refresh mode. Okay. So you can go to the application property and change. Do you want to use the dimension editor mode or submit without refresh mode? Go to your planning application, uh, application properties, and there I just copy and paste the property over here. Dimension view editor mode, I make it false. False means it is continue to be dimension editor mode, and every time you input data you require to manually refresh your database. Okay. You can make it true, so it turns out to be submit without refresh mode. In addition to this, there is one more property called smart view dimension editor new member suffix. You see the moment I added a member, it is denoted by a asterisk symbol because this is a default property set. You can customize this view as well. Maybe you like to represent with a question mark to demonstrate a newly created member, to indicate newly created member. So what I can do, I can just copy this and put this under my application properties, right? Go to application property, copy and paste over here and give a new symbol. I like to give a question mark which demonstrate now newly created members, right? So that's it for today. In my second example of meta load through Smartview, I'm going to talk about more advanced option. But today I'm going to stop over here. You can subscribe to my YouTube channel or visit our site in order to learn more. You can also write to us in case you have any consulting and training requirement. Thanks for watching two videos and have a great day ahead.